Hej hej och välkommen till min kanal, det är jag som är Figgehn och Ubisoft Forward ska vi titta på idag, där Ubisoft om ungefär 30 minuter kommer då annonsera förhoppningsvis lite nya grejer, och så kommer det bli Assassin's Creed Valhalla, nya Watchdogs, och det är det jag kommer på just nu, och med mig så har jag Sitcha.
Hej hej!
Hej hej! Hoppas alla har haft en bra söndag. Just nu så är det så här lite försnack typ. Och de skulle egentligen köra igång en förshow 2030, som jag förstod det. Pre-show, exakt. Ja.
Nej, jag bara tänkte om du kan slå på ljud på något sätt där vi tittar på, för jag har ingen ljud.
It's Ubisoft Forward, the big showcase of the latest and greatest upcoming games from Ubisoft, followed by an in-depth look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We got a lot more in store for you, so let's go ahead and throw it over to Kat.
Det som jag ser mest fram emot ikväll, det är Far Cry 6.
Thank you, Chris, and hello everyone, and welcome to the Ubisoft Forward
lite
pre-show. The main
intresserad
event
av,
will be starting in just 30 minutes and will feature news from our unreleased games, including Watchdogs Legion,
Ja.
Assassin's Creed
Det
Valhalla,
tror jag ser riktigt coolt
Hyperscape,
ut
and more.
också faktiskt.
Now to warm up, we have 30 minutes of this from the games you're already playing, like Recon, Breakpoint, Trials Rising, and The Crew 2, as well as some exclusive behind the scenes so you can get to know us a little better. So let's kick off this pre-show with an update from Just Dance 2020.
Det är väl ett spel jag kanske inte är jätteintresserad av, Just Dance. Kanske borde jag köra en dock. Röra lite på mig. Och nu antar jag att det kommer vara lite uppdateringar om spel som redan är ute med DLCs och fortsättning och så vidare. Och det här är väl massa copyright och musik, jag har ingen aning faktiskt. Så jag får tala jättemycket helt enkelt, för att så enkelt är det när YouTuber, så man inte blir nedstängd mitt under livestreamen. I och för sig kan jag muta ljudet just nu.
Ja, men muta ljudet.
Ja. Ja, men det är väl massa nya danser. Jag har ingen koll på det här spelet, så att ja. Okej, det är massa nya låtar, I guess. De har släppt idag. Dance like nu. Jag dansar ju så jättegärna.
Just Dance fan and want to win some cool swag, head over to the Just Dance website for all the
Och sen, de lottar ut lite
For our
spel
this
också under
segment, we
kvällens
have
gång, men det
something a
gjorde
little
precis
different than what we usually do.
som EA gjorde det också.
A few years ago, Ubisoft created the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Lab and the Open Innovation Accelerator. This allowed us to create partnerships and synergies with indie studios from across the industry.
And since so many industry events were canceled this year, we wanted to showcase several indie projects and teams that Ubisoft has been collaborating with over the past few years.
Our first indie showcase is developer Machine and Mensch, who is working on the Curious Expedition 2. Let's hear more from the team behind the game.
Hi, my name is Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Mensch. Machine Mensch is a small and diverse indie game studio with 8 wonderful employees based here in Berlin. Our connection with Ubisoft came through a program dedicated to create ever-growing relationships.
Och nu är det då lite om indiespel och deras små studior de har runt om. Så då kan man inte riktigt kalla dem indie.
Mutual respect, which we much appreciated.
We're working on the Curious Expedition 2, which is the sequel to our expedition simulation game. This time, the game is set in Paris in 1899 during the World Expo when the Eiffel Tower was built. But more importantly, you will be traveling to these mysterious islands, you will be interacting with unknown tribes, fight dangerous beasts, find many secrets.
Jag är inte
Thanks to our
jätteimponerad.
procedure technology, every time you play, it's a new world, new
Den där
characters,
råttan där ser ut
and a
som
new storyline
får
that
den
you
Ja.
shape with each of your interactions until it becomes really your own unique adventure.
Det är säkert jättemysigt spel så, men det är ingenting som riktigt lockade mig. Thunderful, ja.
And
Svensk
we will have
YouTuber.
more indie guests coming up later in the pre-show, so stick around. Now, a while ago, Ubisoft released its very first live-action TV show on Apple TV+, and it's a comedy about making video games called Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet. And to keep the show
känner jag
authentic,
igen.
Ubisoft's Red Storm studio went above and beyond by creating a playable sandbox for the game that is actually featured in the show. So now let's head
Det
behind the
visade
scenes
de nog på
for an
E3 förra
exclusive
året,
look.
tror jag.
This is the home of Clancy.
Okay. It's very Clancy-esque.
Yes.
I get it. All right, now I'm starting to understand.
Right.
I too keep all my awards at the front of my office. It's entirely empty.
So Mythic Quest is Ubisoft's first live-action comedy. The whole show is about a team that is developing a super successful MMORPG, and it's about all the people within the game development team and their relationships and what they go through in creating one of the world's most successful games.
All right, incredible.
Thank you.
But are we sure that we're finished?
When we heard about what was going on, we weren't really sure if we were a great fit because we've always made shooters realistic. And we listened to the pitch.
Ubisoft Redstorm var de som gjorde de första Rainbow Six-spelen för 100 år sedan.
We thought, all right, what does Ubisoft have that we could channel to fit this?
You're fucking me.
Yes.
You're fucking me.
But I'm not enjoying it. It's for the game.
When we started on the project, I think we imagined we would just make video clips that would run on screens in the background or something. So it would feel like a real game studio. But once we saw the script, once we started collaborating with the team, we realized, oh, they want a game, like an actual game. Of course, making an actual game would take years, so we started selecting the pieces that they really needed for certain scenes. And from there, it was not long before we said, what if we make this actually playable? What if we make it so you can connect a controller and control the characters? And so that's what we ended up doing.
The thing that I love most is the shuffle. Exploding people's heads with this thing is straight fire. Crunch, man.
We had requests to do things like make a contagious viral disease in which people bleed out of their eyeballs first, then they bleed out of their anus, then they vomit and bleed out of their anus at the same time.
We set it up in such a way that you could trigger it in stages because we didn't know what the timing was going to be. The idea here is we can hit it and control the timing of when things are happening. So the next time you hit it, he starts puking out blood. And at this point, we would probably have the camera start panning back like this. And then you can hit the button again, and you can see the blood ocean itself has started coming in. And so now they're all bleeding out of the back end as well. And then the final is just everybody exploding in bloody gore. And then this was Keith's idea. He wanted the skulls coming up and bobbing up and down in the water, so...
David, can we actually make this quick? I've got a lot of work to do stripping blood ocean out of everything.
Yeah. Releasing a disease into the game right before a global pandemic was not a great look.
Today was the first time we showed Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet to an audience. I've never seen it with more than 6 or 7 people.
Jag tror det bara var Amazon Prime den här finns.
That we gave them an opportunity to hopefully recognize that this is a giant love letter to them, to the industry itself.
I was a little nervous, I gotta be honest. I thought it was gonna be a little cringy, but it was fantastic.
I thought there was a lot of truth and in the humor.
It's about time that we had a show about our industry.
You could tell when the audience was laughing, when they really hit something that felt like the game industry.
I think it's brilliant.
Apple Plus var det. Ja. Well.
All right, so if you have not yet seen it, the first season of Mythic Quest Raven's
Hallå, det är
Banquet is
okej.
available
Inte än.
right now on Apple TV+.
Robban, vill man se större skärm då får man se original livestreamen.
All right, now it is time to fasten your seatbelts and start your engines as we head out to Lyon, France to visit our team at Ubisoft Ivory Tower to get an update on The Crew 2.
Det här fastnar jag aldrig för. Det är typ bil...
Ubisoft Forward. My name is
Assassin's
James
Creed.
Reese. I'm a community developer here at Ivory Tower, and I'll be your host for this quick glimpse into all the exciting things we have going on over the next few weeks. It's been 2 years already since launch, with 6 major updates and hundreds of vehicles under our belt. And our latest update, Summer in Hollywood, only went live a few days ago. Let's have a look.
Den är jävligt snygg liksom. Men jag tror man ska vara lite bilintresserad för att gilla det ordentligt.
We can't wait for you to get your hands on what's coming. There have been a few speed bumps along the way, but over the past 2 years, you, the community, have made The Crew 2 a motorsports playground where all players are welcome and where anything is possible. So thank you to the Crew Social, Exchange, Discord, Reddit, and all of our players. We've got a little something for you in-game to show our appreciation. It's the 67 Volkswagen Beetle. So let's see what kind of Hollywood twist you can put on it.
Cool.
That's it from me. There'll be more news dropping over summer, so keep your eyes peeled. Starting with this.
Oj jädrar, det var content. Det känns som 80-talet lite på väg tillbaka, tycker jag.
Kändes så i det här dansspelet.
In case you missed it, make sure to boot up the game right now to unlock the amazing 69 Volkswagen Beetle that was just shown in the video, and stay tuned in the near future for more info about Year 3 of the Crew 2. Our next video is from our second indie guest, Bossa Studios, who will be injecting a delirious dose of fun with Surgeon Simulator 2. Enjoy!
Ja, det här vill jag ha. Och det finns multiplayer. Det här ska jag spela på min kanal. Definitivt.
I'm Bossa Studios, and I'm a senior game designer on the upcoming Surgeon Simulator 2. So at Bossa, we're always keen to share game development knowledge, and Ubisoft has been a fantastic partner in this. They deliver lectures on procedural content development and player science. And in turn, we shared with them the ideation processes that we use to develop initial ideas into living, breathing games. Which brings me on to Surgeon Simulator 2. We've really doubled down on the physics-based pandemonium that the series is notorious for. And we've pretty much expanded on every other aspect of the game as well. So this time around, you're no longer just a floating hand confined to the operating table. You're actually a full first-person surgeon with an entire medical facility to explore. And in addition to the levels that you'll find in story mode, you'll now be able to create your own unique levels and experiences using Bossa Labs creation mode. So it's a really easy to use, intuitive set of tools that allows players to create.
Jag var lite sen där, jag var tvungen att äta lite.
Äta bör man, annars dör man.
Ja, man sitter och äter i live-show, det är kanske lite...
And ear surgery really is just the tip of the iceberg.
Ja, det här kommer jag spela mycket.
During our close alpha
Och att det finns multiplayer gör det ännu roligare liksom.
Amazing stuff. From bowling alleys to space stations, pirate ships to horror-themed escape rooms. And this is before the game is even released. So we absolutely cannot wait to see what players create when we launch the game this coming August. And in fact, if you pre-order Surgeon Simulator 2, you can receive exclusive closed beta access.
Jag får göra det då.
So for those of you who are just joining us, you are watching the pre-show, and Ubisoft Forward will start once the countdown on your screen reaches 0. And make sure you log into Uplay to unlock rewards as you watch the main event. But now, our next segment is about an Easter egg in The Division 2, so let's go behind the scenes with the devs from Ubisoft Massive Studio in Malmö, Sweden to find out more.
Sweden.
Running through collapsed buildings, climbing over fallen debris, and encountering makeshift living spaces is common for players of The Division 2. Within its post-pandemic environment, many players have spotted something a bit more unusual, which has left them asking, what's up with all of these rubber ducks?
So there's a thing in programming especially where you talk to a rubber duck, and it's a way to solve your problems. If you talk to a rubber duck and you just say things out loud, it helps. One of our artists decided to take this to another level, and he used the rubber duck scaled up to like a ginormous scale and put it in the level just to remind him to do something. And it sat there for a while, and the rest of us kind of really loved this giant rubber duck sitting there for so long. We decided to put a little memorials to it across the world. What started off as little memorials, and then we started adding stories to them. So there's one where these two ducks are sitting on a
Men den där ankan finns ju med lite olika spel ju.
Ja, Hitman är väl den som använder den mest typ.
Ja, det fanns ju några sådana i Battlefield 5 nu också som Easter eggs.
Because you're coming in as a division agent to try and save what you can and rebuild, but you need to know there's something there to save.
Ja, det är väl en bomb i Hitman, va?
Ja, eller minor och bomber.
Ja.
One shrine in particular became a beloved fan favorite, showing up multiple times across YouTube and Reddit.
So, Karen, how was your day?
Well, Luke, it's been productive.
So the origin story of Productive, one of our level designers made an amazing pun one day, and we decided to make a graffiti out of it and put it in the game, and it became like a duck shrine, and players started finding it and wondering where it came from.
We've been finding these rubber duckies all over the map. It says here on the wall in graffiti, Productive, and there's a large rubber ducky, bigger than all the other ones we've found, and he's got bottles of booze all around him. Not only that, but he has a couple soldier duckies guarding a parrot in a cage. But there's more just like this in the Division 2.
What's really great about our community is they come together. They find a common thing that they want to develop or find or get unlocked, and they just put time and effort into it.
We don't put them in easy to find
Ja,
places.
något behöver man göra för att få lite variation i spelet.
Just exploring the environment and finding all these little Easter eggs we've hidden around, and also not the Easter eggs, just the main part of the game and all the storytelling we put into it. I haven't found all of them. I don't know exactly how many there are, but they haven't found all of the ducks yet.
Encouraged by the community's response to the ducks, developers recently hid another secret in the game and made it the focal point of an all-new community challenge.
We actually put Tommy the Teddy Bear into the game. So Tommy the Teddy Bear is a trauma teddy mentioned in a lot of lore, but the bear itself actually was not in the game. With episode 3, we put a bunch of them into the world, actually opened up an Easter egg hunt for him specifically.
It's a nice little exciting moment when you kind of open Reddit and you see someone's found the thing that you kind of just snuck in under the radar and no one really knows about it. And some of the players are really clever. There's some hard Easter eggs that some of the level designers and gameplay designers have put in, and people have managed to solve it with no help whatsoever. Gamers are smart.
So now that you know, be on the lookout for both ducks and teddy bears next time you boot up the Division 2. We now have our final indie guest, Thunder Lotus Games, who were the 2017 winner of the indie series that took place in Montreal. So let's find out more about the beautiful
12 minuter så startar den riktiga showen för de som undrar.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodrigue, marketeer at Thunder Lotus. We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada, and makers of the games Jotun, Sundered, and our new game Spiritfarer, which is due out later this year. For the past 6 years,
ja, men det där var visar de på E3 förra året.
Hitting a quality standard consistently in game dev is a huge challenge. There's so much trial and error on the path, and during the Sundered production, we were lucky enough to have the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Program in our corner to help us reach our goals. As co-winners of the Ubisoft Indie Series in 2017, we received not only generous funding, but also crucial mentorship and access to Ubisoft testing facilities. So we're grateful to Ubisoft for their support and helping us.
Och visst är det alldeles jättevackert ut. Ja, väldigt svårt för plattformsspel dock.
What is our most ambitious production yet, and that's Spiritfarer, which we're calling a cozy management game about dying. In Spiritfarer, you play Stella, the newly appointed ferry master to the deceased. And as Stella, you're going to build a boat, you're going to explore the world in search of spirit passengers seeking passage to the afterlife. You're going to spend relaxing quality time with them, you're going to create lasting memories, but ultimately, you're going to have to learn how to say goodbye to your cherished friends. It's a game that's near and dear to our hearts, and something really special. We can't wait to share it with the world later this year. So look for it soon on PC, on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Game Pass. Thanks a lot, and cheers.
Cheers.
It is time for an update on our favorite motorcycle platformer with the insanity, pain, and triumph we all know and we all love. Trials Rising came out last year, but I think the team from our Red Link studio in Helsinki has a little surprise coming to the game for the fans of the
franchise. Ett av de mest frustrerande spelen som finns, förutom climbing-spelet.
Detta ja. Just det.
Hi, we're here today to introduce you to an exciting new endurance challenge coming to Trials Rising. But to make sure that we respect social distancing guidelines, Auntie and I decided to... Fire the goose now! What? Fire the goose? Fire!
Okay! Fire the goose.
Ladies and gentlemen,
lät nästan skotsk.
Ja.
Far from a remake of the classic track from Trials Evolution, this is an
Hey, Wildis.
across the world of Trials
Hello,
Rising.
Wildis.
Hey.
By far the longest track that we've ever put in a trial.
Did you tell him it's the longest track ever? Yeah, I'm telling them that.
By far the longest track we've ever put in a Trials game. The Giga Track will take you across many different environments from the iconic...
Okej, det var roligt en gång.
Yeah, I was just... Maybe you want to tell them.
The Giga Track is like life. It starts and it ends and it's long. Depends how you enjoy it. And also one secret thing. 4 tells transfer to 1.
Ingen aning vad han sa faktiskt.
Prepare for the
Någonting om att den var
ultimate
längst.
Trials Endurance. Giga Track releases this Thursday.
Det säger alla.
For the low price of... You heard that right, riders. Giga Track will be available for free to all Trials Rising players when it releases this Thursday.
You heard that right, the Giga Track is coming to the game and it will be the longest, most insane track in Trials history, and it will be free for all Trials Rising players. Now for our last game update, the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their upcoming updates. AI teammates are coming to the game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Det spelar jag aldrig fastna för.
The time has come.
Det är ju Division i djungeln liksom.
Back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character. Just like Nomad, your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior. If you decide to go stealth, they will equip silencers and crouch, or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud
Jag blir
and open
alltid irriterad på AI-teammates.
When deployed, you can issue different
Jo,
orders
men
to
om
your
de
teammates
anpassar
through the
sig
order
så är det bra.
wheel. There are 4 different orders you can give to your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current
Sen är
position,
det så här,
to go
jag är
to
väl
a
skadad för
specific
gamla
location,
spel också, att det sällan
and
har
to
funkat
open
bra.
fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats,
Det där kändes
the
rätt
teammates
nice
will
dock
notify
med
you
drone.
and mark them automatically. With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your
Sånt gillar jag
teammates
dock.
picks a target.
Det var ju
You
bra.
can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have weapons equipped at all times, a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to fine-tune. Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire, from close-distance shotgun wielding all the way to long-distance sniper shots. Of course, if you get taken down, your teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect
Om
the
det
same
funkar bra
from
så
you,
kommer det vara så.
especially as you will be able to carry them to safety.
Det enda jag inte gillar med det är att det är i tredje person.
Finally, the teammates will also be your best allies in any vehicle, especially on the road and during high-stake pursuits. The teammates will be available for all solo Ghost Recon Breakpoint players on July 15th, and we cannot wait to see your reactions.
Coolt om det funkar. Det lät det bra eller?
Definitely.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team. As you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th. Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhi Ito speaking for the outcasts. We stand against Sentinel's illegal occupation of Aroa. We call on all of Aroa to join us. Separated, Sentinel wins. But united, we cannot be defeated.
Det är alltid roligt att skjuta och spränga saker.
Alltid roligt. Så tänker om de har gjort det i första person istället.
Jag tycker de flesta spel kommer nu i tredje person. Det var länge sedan kom det riktigt bra första.
Final video for this pre-show is another episode of our wow moments comparing
Förutom Far Cry då.
and coolest clips from you, our players.
Wow. Steep var faktiskt ganska roligt, men det var så här roligt någon timma.
Anyone else want to try to do better than that?
I was going to interrogate.
Last stop standing.
Drönarattack. Det där är skill.
Herregud.
Wow. Jag får väl skicka in alla mina wow moments.
If you also have amazing gameplay segments you captured from our games, spread the joy and submit them on the link displayed on your screen right now. All right, guys, it is time for us to wrap up this pre-show.
Don't forget to stay tuned for
Sätter vi igång
our
på
post-show
riktigt nu då.
deep dive into the
20
world of
sekunder.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thanks a lot for watching this pre-show and enjoy Ubisoft Forward.
Storleksmässigt är stora är Ubisoft om jämför med EA.
Ubisoft är nästan störst av alla nu, tror jag. De har ju så jädra många understudios.
Meet the devs. See the games.
Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in depth with all the exciting
Det var ju
things we
några
have
av
in
dem som är
production
med
here
idag
at
som har
Ubisoft.
fått sparken. men de har inte haft tid att ändra på det.
But there's no time to waste.
Ja, precis.
So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Watchdogs.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group DedSec is marked as potentially dangerous. Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
Det var snyggt.
Jag vet inte om det är animerat eller om det faktiskt är live action. Det måste vara live action det där, va?
Then they came for the protesters. And I did not speak out. Because I was not a protester. Then they came for the journalists. And I did not speak out. Because I was not a journalist. And then they came for street artists. And I did not speak out. Because I am not a street artist.
Jag vill se gameplay.
Det fick man göra förut när man var inne vid mellan 7 och 8.
Hade ett spel på riktigt haft den här stilen så hade man blivit knäpp efter ett tag, tror jag.
Ja.
And I realized that eventually they'd come for me. And there would be no one left to speak for me.
Rätt miljö att sätta upp det i London i och för sig. Finns väl inget ställe mer i världen som har så mycket kameror som London.
Jag kan bara tänka att det är någonstans i Kina eller Nordkorea typ. Men i västvärlden är det definitivt London.
De var ju tidiga med sin CCTV-övervakning.
London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. There's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents...
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint's been a long-time creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watchdogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watchdogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watchdogs Legion tells the story of ordinary
Det ska bli
heroes
så
setting
intressant
aside
just
their
att
differences in
kunna
order to come
rekrytera
together
i
as a
princip vem man
collective
vill
to
liksom.
fight for a positive change. You
Ja,
can
det är
literally
kul.
recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you. You help them with their problem. You play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled.
Det är min favoritkaraktär.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Ja, det ska jag i alla fall testa.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God. Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
Det kan vara en mysig kille.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Det är gudabländer.
Den munnen sen den var rökskadad deluxe.
Everything from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone could become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London.
Ooh.
All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Mikey! Zip up, get to work, and let's never talk about this again.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy. He can even call his own cargo drone.
Väldigt lämpligt för inbrott.
For gate crashing, when you're not invited. And who needs a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Oh.
Spikat och klart.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their
God kväll, partner.
This little darling is fast and stealthy.
Hello, partner.
She aims, she fires, she aims.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
Det finns otroligt mycket leka runt potential, känns som.
I can get the defense minister on the line right now.
If you feel you must.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Yrkesfotbollshuligan, eller?
Ordinary cockney bloke.
Drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Lite
It's almost crass to call him a
John Wick-stil.
Ja.
Some might even call him an artist.
Tror den där kommer bli mångas favorit.
Nej.
Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance. It's time to take back London.
Det ska vara intressant.
Det verkar riktigt kul.
Jag hoppas på en multiplayer coop också.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watchdogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watchdogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2, and there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Det är ju lite som det här, vad heter det?
3, 2, 1.
Mario-spelet eller Nintendo-spelet med massa karaktärer.
Smash eller vad heter det?
Ja, exakt. Smash Brothers till och med.
Smash Brothers.
Så det är sådär, ja men okej, spel någon timma liksom. Vissa fastnar jättehårt för det.
Jag tror inte du riktigt i målgruppen.
Ja, möjligt.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Se till Far Cry. Ah, Might and Magic, det var inte igår.
Nej. Är det nummer 72 eller?
Typ. Men det här är väl kortspel, tror jag.
Det är det.
Bäbe.
Yes. Men Might and Magic, är det samma värld som Heroes och Might and Magic?
The target is being held on the ground floor.
Jag killgissar inte här. Jag vet faktiskt inte.
Vad är detta? Det är liksom Rainbow Six-trupper och sen var det en...
Vad heter det? Fortress typ?
Ja, det känns lite som det.
Ja.
Men det är liksom massa Ubisoft-karaktärer, tror jag.
Mochain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Ja, för han är finkan, en jävla skurk i en så här... vad heter de? Ett av de första spelen vi kollade på. Som hade AI.
Ja.
Och sen är det Splinter Cell.
Ghost Recon.
Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
Elite Squad.
Ah, det är mobilspel. Tråk. Annars hade det varit intressant.
Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé.
Sorry, my French is a bit bad.
Et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
Bikini!
I got it! This is such a special moment, and being
At 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Så jädra bra spel, men jag tycker det är för svårt för mig. Jag är för gammal för...
Jag prövar ju detta här nu i vintras. Jösses.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community. And together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Sånt gillar jag också faktiskt, när man går all in på ett spel och låter det leva. Vilken igen? Och inte bara... Counter-Strike är också ett sånt. Det har fått leva i liksom... Det är 20 år gammalt. Och så tog det... 15 år innan det kom en uppföljare liksom. En vettig uppföljare kanske man säga.
Now 60 million players strong. We're just getting started.
Eller så kan man ta död på ett spel på 18 månader.
Jo, kan man säga.
Som kostar massa pengar.
From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it. Thank you.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
Det har jag dock lite svårt för att det kommer ut så mycket content så jag hinner inte med liksom.
Now, it's time to venture into the hyperscape.
Det är väl deras Battle Royale-spel, tror jag.
Wait, what was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities. But the people at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape. In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
Det hade också varit nice att se liksom lite vanlig gameplay.
Men det här är precis som Ready Player One.
Ja.
Den filmen.
Sen börjar inte folk bli trötta på Battle Royale. Liksom. Det finns så otroligt mycket nu.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the hyperscape.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. one of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia.
This is
First person.
Ja, på en gångs skull.
Then we also introduce a lot of new things.
Hej Rispa och Donar.
The opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like infinite ammo or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Nice.
Nej.
Nej.
Watch and learn how it's done.
Det där måste ju vara riktig gameplay, jag hoppas.
Ja.
Det känns lite Apex i stadsmiljö.
Mm. Ja, och vad ska man säga? I ljudet också.
Mm.
Nej, de har inte visat någonting ännu, Jimmy. Men vi väntar hårt. Hur man kan göra det.
Hårt och brutalt. Ja, det där kommer gå för snabbt för mig. Det känns jag nu på direkten. Men jag får
design,
testa.
det här måste du gilla. Det är ju precis som, ser ut som Apex. Det är sån...
Design. Det är ju så att design har blivit väldigt gammal på det senaste.
Blivit. Startar open beta idag då.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Anna Maria Muska is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Anna Maria Muska. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them.
Ibland är spelutvecklingen otroligt flummigt. Jag vill se cool ut, jag vill döda andra människor. Ja, fast den här personen har den här bakgrunden och gjort det här tidigt.
This person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's going to happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
Ja, det får man testa dem.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone. Phil Spencer from Xbox. With Watchdogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Ja, det här verkar så jäkla kul
We know
tycker
you've
jag.
been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep
Och det kommer
dive into
gameplay
the
på det
world
på
of
min kanal
Vikings.
på imorgon eftermiddag.
And I'm the producer of
Yay!
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the
That's
Vikings
also Norway
did,
in
to
England.
really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, It is
Åkte ju vikingarna mest österut, va?
Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available.
Ja, man ser tydligt att de inspirerar av tv-serien Vikings.
It's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors.
Skitsnyggt.
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system. To leverage the brutality.
Jag tror det är mer gorigt än de andra.
Vikings
det är mycket armar och ben som kan flyga liksom.
They were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Här kommer den klassiska Assassin's Creed-kniven.
We are very happy to finally be able to show
det är intressant att fixa det med storyn med tanke på att
please enjoy this deep dive
assassinerna-grejen liksom.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Ja.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Take command, alltså man kan styra flera samtidigt kanske.
Ja, alltså take command är styra båten.
Alltså.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers. At the heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them
De var
with a
faktiskt
Viking
riktigt
harpoon,
roliga, de combat abilities.
pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance.
Det är riktigt jävla slafsigt.
Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks.
Jag ska testa 2 sköldar.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
Smask!
Not all situations call for
Så
violence.
att...
In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Au.
Det är inga små vargar.
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Ravens, show! No mercy!
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
For Istanbul.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Thank you, man.
With unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Nej, det ska jag faktiskt köra ännu mer, tror jag. Det känns ett av de Assassin's Creed som jag har varit mest intresserad av sen typ 1:an kom.
Ja, det ser grymt snyggt ut.
1:an är...
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
Då about to wrap this up. Det skulle ju vara till
I
22.
hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today and that you will love playing these games.
Det kommer Far Cry
I'm
6
proud
nu.
of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything.
Han ser ut att vara en karaktär ur Far Cry ju.
So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Yay! Hey.
Det måste vara där, va?
Ja.
Fast en jävla... Ja. Giancarlo Esposito. Finns ju rykten om att Väs ska göra någon typ av cameo.
Ja. Yay!
Conquistador.
Så en riktigt filmintro.
Vad händer med gameplay?
Ja. Ryktet är att det där är Väs från Far Cry 3. Den lilla killen. Jag vill ha releasedatum och jag vill ha gameplay nu.
Så ringer det mitt i hela grejen.
Ja, då får jag vänta. Det är tydligt det.
It's beautiful, amigo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
Parenting 101.
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now. I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. answer you screams. Call you evil. A monster. And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people and you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. You understand now? Prove it.
Vad hände där?
Nu ska vi se, februari då. Fan, de skriver datum sådär med månad, dag, år.
Inte ens det klarar de av.
And with that, we're wrapping up our
Februari,
first
my
Ubisoft
God.
Forward.
Ja, och så blir det nog mars då ungefär.
Generation of Assassin's Creed,
Brukar alltid skjuta upp det.
the birth of a resistance in Watchdogs Legion,
Watchdogs
the
glömde jag
cyber
kolla
chaos
när
of
det...
Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us.
Ja.
Aj. Halsbränna.
Fan, nu kör vi ett montage på
Welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf Mehid and
Ja, kära tittare, tack så jättemycket för att ni kom förbi. Tack så mycket till Sitchi Halbror som satt här med mig och kollade på Ubisoft Forward. Hoppas ni tycker det är trevligt. Kommentera gärna vilket var ni mest hypad för. Jag säger tack och godnatt. Hej då.